Okay. I've hit it. Are we up?
Yes. Yeah.
We're good? Okay.
Yes.
Good morning, everyone. Today is Tuesday, February 9th, 2021. It's 10 a.m. We're here for the regular session of the Hunt County Commissioners Court. This meeting will be conducted by telephone or video conference in order to advance the public health goal of social distancing to slow the spread of the coronavirus, COVID-19. Due to the COVID-19 crisis, the governor's orders regarding social distancing and special rules issued by the state regarding open meetings, there will be no public access to the location described above, which is 2700 Johnson Street. During the meeting, we always have time for public testimony. We usually do it close to the front of the meeting, but due to the being online with the meeting, we're going to ask that you go to our website and go to huntcounty.net, and there's a questions banner there, and if you'll send your questions either by give us a telephone number and we'll call you back at an appropriate time and you can address the court, or you can send an email that will be read to the court, either way you choose, and we'll do that towards the end of the meeting to give everyone plenty of time to make any comments. At this time, I'm going to call the meeting to order and ask Commissioner Martin to lead us in prayer, followed by the Pledge of Allegiances.
Our most gracious Heavenly Father, we thank you for the gift of life. As we meet, may we do it with integrity, also wisdom. Give us patience with each other. We ask you to continue blessing this great country that we live in. In Christ's name we ask these things. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible. Thank you, everyone. We have Commissioner Hutchins, Strait, Martin, and Harrison here today. I'm Judge Stovall. I'll be presiding over the meeting. Commissioners, you have the minutes from January 26, 2021 regular session in front of you. I entertain a motion for approval.
So moved.
Second.
Got a motion second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Again, we'll skip the public testimony for this time. At this time, we'll do that at the end of the meeting. To new business, the consent calendar. You have the consent calendar in front of you, Commissioners. Anybody got any comments or questions on any of the items? If not, I entertain a motion for approval of the consent calendar.
So moved. Second.
A motion second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Action item number 1, a resolution extending or modifying the April 28, 2020 COVID-19 related resolution and social distancing guidelines to prevent the spread of COVID-19.
Okay, in your packet after number 1 is the resolution extension. Just like the past couple of Commissioners Court meetings, this one just changes the date. So it'll start tomorrow morning right at midnight and go for 14 days until the day of our next meeting.
Okay, Commissioners, got any questions? If not, I entertain a motion for approval.
So moved. Second.
Got a motion second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Action item number 2, the quarterly report for the Boys and Girls Club of Northeast Texas for the 3rd and 4th quarters of 2020. Commissioners, I entertain a motion for approval of this report.
So move.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Action item number 3, the quarterly report for the Commerce Animal Shelter for the 4th quarter of 2020.
Make a motion to approve the quarterly report for Commerce Animal Shelter.
Second.
Got a motion second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Action item number 4, formal bid number 209-21, recycled asphalt and concrete, 12-month contract effective February 12th, 2021 through February 11th, 2022 with the option to renew for 2 additional 12-month periods. Purchasing recommends award to all qualified bidders per attached bid award tabulation in Local Government Code 26.027E. Any questions, Commissioners? Not, I entertain a motion for approval.
I make a motion, we accept all bids.
Second.
Motion and second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Action item number 5, a letter of support for the recreational trail, Chaparral Trail Grant application submitted on behalf of the city of Farmersville. Commissioner Hutchins, you talked to them. You want to?
Yes, I believe Mr. White was going to address the council.
Yeah, I have Mr. White.
Okay. Perfect.
All right, I'm going to call Ben White, who's the administrator for Farmersville.
City manager. of Marlboro.
City manager, okay.
While we're getting him on the line, Commissioners, I think this is going to be working like we do the water department or the rural water supplies, where they get a grant and we just administer it for them or hold it for them. We don't have any, I don't think we're going to have any responsibility in it other than just be the grant.
Okay, we would not have the, let's say they do not finish the grant. Will we be back and paying back for the grant?
That'd be the city of Farmersville, I would think.
My understanding is we're not contributing any funds.
Yeah, we're not supposed to be involved other than just kind of like the water supply districts. We just administrate the grant for them.
It's my understanding that we're not putting up any money. All this is being given in reference to over in Farmersville and an aspect like that.
I don't know the answer to that, but Ben White's on the phone, and he was calling in to make a presentation on this, or to talk about this during the presentation. He may be able to answer your question. Ben, were you able to hear that question?
No, sir, I didn't.
This is Commissioner Philip Martin. He was asking about the finances of the situation and whether or not the county was going to be in line to expend any sort of money. Is that right, Mr. Martin?
Yes, sir, in one aspect, yes, sir. At first, I understand that we are not going to.
Yes, sir. The way this is laid out, we're supplying the $50,000 matching grant. We'll do all the administration for this and all the paperwork associated with it. But the grant, matching grant, will be forwarded over to Hunt County, and then we'll operate the project from that seed money to completion. Overall grant is for $250,000. We're just looking for support from Hunt County and the ability for Hunt County to administer paperwork, which we will generate all the paperwork, all the engineering for it, but it will go through Hunt County for administration of signing off on those forms and then forwarding them on to the Texas Parks and Wildlife.
Okay. We would have the responsibility, I understand what you're talking about, but let's say that the work is not done. With the responsibility of paying back the grant, would that go back to the city of Farmersville and also the other ones that are giving the money?
It would be done like a standard grant. In the case that the work would not be performed, are we saying that we receive the grant, we get it from Texas Parks and Wildlife, and then it would be a standard grant application in its form from Hunt County. Hunt County would sponsor it, but then we would supply all the money for that. And if we needed to do some kind of ILA with Hunt County so that you feel comfortable with the fact that if anything went wrong, we would cover all expenses, we would be willing to do that.
This grant, this is Judge Stovall. This grant will be
Yes, sir.
similar to like what we do with the rural water supplies, where the grant money's only advanced as work is performed. Is that not correct?
Yes, sir. That's the way I understand it. Charles Edwards is our grant administrator in this case, and I think you have experience working with him.
Yes, he does the
And he had
rural water.
mentioned it had been like other grants that y'all had performed in the past.
Yeah, so Commissioner, I don't think we got much risk. I mean, he's the same one we deal with the water grants, and we only advance money and sign off on the grant when the work's performed. So I think your question was, if work doesn't get completed, what happens? Are we responsible? Well, if it's not completed, they don't get any money anyway. So I think we're in good shape.
Good enough, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Any other questions? Any other comments from City
Ben, do you have any
Man?
other comments?
I can add a little bit of presentation material to get you some of the background, but if the commission doesn't need that, I can go forward from here. We are just looking for letter of support and support for the project in general at this point. Grant paperwork has been turned in to go forward with the project.
You might give us a little bit of an overview of the whole project. As I understand, it's
Yes,
going to
sir.
be between
Certainly.
Farmersville and Celeste eventually?
Yes, sir. Currently, we have 5.1 miles of Chaparral Trail from downtown Farmersville to the Hunt County line. We have recently obtained 8.1 miles from the Chaparral's Rails to Trails organization that has been given to the city of Farmersville. It's 8.1 miles. But part of the deal in receiving that from the Chaparral Rails to Trails is that we do provide it with a walkable surface, functional walkable surface within 5 years. And in our commitment to do that, we're going forward with these, with 4 grants this year. One of the grants, we're looking for sponsorship from Hunt County, but the other 3 grants are sponsored by the City of Farmersville, the Farmersville Community Development Corporation, and the Farmersville Chamber of Commerce. And they are doing, those other organizations outside the City of Farmersville are
Hold on just a
their
second, Brent.
responsibilities to the grant, just like y'all are with your portion. Was there a question?
No, I'm sorry. There was some feedback, but I think they heard it.
I got it. The entire project right now is 4 phases. It's going to establish a 2-inch crushed limestone surface on top of a 4-inch flex base with cement stabilization, which is very similar to the trail work they did in Blossom, Texas, if you ever want to look at a like section. Eventually, we are going to be bringing this up to the same standards that the City of Farmersville does on all of its trail sections, and it will surface that later on with decomposed granite on top of those surfaces. That'll be later on. These first 4 grants we're going forward with. We'll apply for other grants next year. Probably 2 grants at a time. We could do as many as 4 if the 4B in our community wants to go forward with that. We estimate that overall we'll be spending on the order of $2 million overall to bring the standards up to Farmersville standards for a trail. City of Farmersville is going to supply all the grant documentation, all the engineering, all the project management, all the required forms, and those forms will then be sent to Hunt County for administration just to sign off on them. So the idea is that Hunt County doesn't really have any real responsibility other than looking at the form paperwork as it comes through and executing that and forwarding it on for reimbursement as the project goes forward. The idea is there's a $50K seed money that will be given to Hunt County, and from that we will manage the project so it's done in parts, so we never exceed the $50K that was originally given to Hunt County, and then it is reimbursed, and then we do the next part of that project and eventually get to where we spend a total of $250,000 on the project. So that's kind of the nuts and bolts of it. Our goal here is to try to make it very, very easy for Hunt County, supply the money that's involved with doing the grant, supply all the paperwork, all the engineering, everything you need to do it. It's just a matter of shuffling the paperwork through Hunt County and then coming back for reimbursement and doing that in phases until the project's complete.
Daniel, are we going to need to get an interlocal to receive that money?
I'm not sure. I'm going to have to look at the documents.
Okay. Any questions, commissioners?
Would you repeat that question you just asked?
Me?
Yes. You
I
said something
just
about
asked
an
if we'd have to have an
interlocal.
interlocal agreement for them to give us the $50,000. They said they'd be furnishing the 50 to us, I guess, for the matching part, is the way I understood him to say.
Is that correct, that they'd be furnishing the $50,000 to Hunt County, and then Hunt County would send it to you?
Yeah, we would be furnishing $50,000 to Hunt County, and then we would, from that point, be giving you grant paperwork to execute the grant from that point forward. Basically, everything's done for you beyond that point.
Understood. Yeah, we're going to need an interlocal for that.
Okay.
Danny, that'll be in a local agreement with basically Farmersville.
Yes.
Okay. Would need that stipulated.
But that's not on the agenda for today.
No,
That's just for in the future.
this is just a letter of support.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and I agree. I think that, I'll supply the interlocal agreement for a starting point, and our attorneys can work it over from there. But we're happy to supply an interlocal that'll make it so that Hunt County is comfortable with everything.
Perfect. Thank you.
May I ask you one more? Isn't there another, besides Farmersville, isn't there someone else that's also appropriating money for this?
Were you able to hear that, Ben?
Could you repeat that, please?
He said, this is Commissioner Martin. He said, besides Farmersville, are there other local governments that are asking for these
There's
grants?
non-local governments. I
Oh,
believe.
another entity that's seeking grants? Is that what you're
No,
asking?
Yes, sir.
Part of
We're
that
working
money.
with our Farmersville Community Development Corporation and also with the Farmersville Chamber of Commerce. They are doing like activities, just like Hunt County is, to administer grants in their areas for this section of the trail. And then I am aware that there are other cities in other counties working to obtain grants like this for their trail sections.
But if I'm not mistaken, some of this money that's given for that, toward that $50,000 match, it's being given by not just Farmersville. It's being given by some of these other units that you spoke of. Am I correct?
Yes, in this case, our Farmersville Community Development Corporation is supplying all the seed money for this. So they've got, they are prepared with $200,000 in grant match. One of them they'll be using, but they'll be giving to the city of Farmersville $50,000, the Farmersville Chamber of Commerce $50,000, and Hunt County $50,000. That's where the money is coming from.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay, Commissioner, I'll entertain a motion for approval of action item number 5.
So moved.
So moved.
Second.
Got a motion second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. We're going to skip number 6, come back to it later. Number 7, appointment of Donna Milburn to serve as Lake Tawakoni Planning and Zoning Commission. Entertain a motion for approval.
So moved.
Second.
Got a motion second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Action item number 8, the bank consulting agreement between Patterson and Associates and Hunt County, Texas for consulting services on the upcoming depository contract. Brittany Turner.
Good morning, Commissioners. I believe you have a copy of the bank consulting agreement in your packets. This has not been put before the court in the past, but we decided when speaking with our purchasing agent that it should definitely be put forth this time. All this is an agreement for us to consult with Patterson and Associates, their president, Linda Patterson, who will draft our RFP for the depository contract, receive the bids, and then consult on the bids, give us a bank that would be best for Hunt County for price, services, customer service, anything like that. She'll run all of those. So all this is just an agreement that Hunt County and Patterson Associates can work together on this. It's something that's a little different. I've spoken with Cheryl Lowry, our purchasing agent, and kind of outside of her scope, this Linda Patterson has intimate knowledge on the Public Funds Investment Act, so that she would know to make sure that we've got all of our bases covered for depository contract. We are seeking another 4-year term with a 2-year renewal. That's going to be what the draft of the RFP is going to be. But like I said, this is just the agreement for us to work together. The Section 2.01 fees and expenses lines out that it's going to be $200 an hour plus expenses, but there shouldn't be any expenses. We're doing everything through Zoom, phone conference, and even with the when the RFPs are received, they'll be done through email, any questions and everything, so we shouldn't have any expenses to pay. $200 an hour. She said it would be about 15 to 18 hours max, which would put us at $3,600. We have a bank analysis fees line item in the general fund with a $5,000 budget. Speaking with Judge Stovall ahead of this meeting, we added the not to exceed $5,000 without court approval. I don't believe that we'll reach that threshold. I believe that it'll be below that. But just in case, since the budgetary authority in that line item is only $5,000, we added that to the agreement.
And we're doing this not because we're unhappy, it's because we're required to do it every 6 years or whatever it is.
Yes, at the end, we either can choose a 2-year term with a 2-year renewal or a 4-year term with a 2-year renewal. Last time, they chose 4 with a 2. So yes, at the end of this contract term, per local government code, we're to seek bids again.
Right. I just want everybody to understand that nobody's upset and trying to move away from anybody. It's just we're required to do this. So,
Your Honor, I appreciate you and the auditor bringing this before the court. I appreciate that.
all right. Thank you, Brittany. Any questions, Brittany? Okay, thank you, Brittany.
Yeah, not a problem.
Entertain a motion for approval, action item number 8.
So moved.
Second.
Got a motion second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Action item number 9, the monthly treasurer's report for November 2020. Brittany Turner.
Yes, sir. What you have in your packets is the cash on hand, investments, and outstanding debt for the month end of November 2020. We have a month-end balance of $39,958,757.42.
Any questions? No questions. I entertain a motion for action item number 9.
So moved.
Second.
Got a motion second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Brittany. Action item number 10, the request to construct electrical power distribution facilities across County Road 2608 in Precinct 2.
Make a motion that we approve the construction of electrical power distribution on County Road 2608 under usual stipulations.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Action item number 11, the final plat, amending plat of replat of Lot 3 Hideaway Estates, Phase 2 in Precinct 3. Brian, you want to explain this? The amended plat of the amended plat of the replat of the...
We're all over the place on this one. What we've got is they had a replat of these lots. They split the lot in half. Upon approval and recording of that plat, the HOA came up and said, that's not going to work with our standards. It's too close to a building or a structure of some sort. So they are simply moving the property line over to appease the HOA. It changes the acreage a little bit. It doesn't move the line much. It's not enough to go through the replat process again, but enough that it needed to come back before y'all for approval, just for the simple fact that it is moving that line and it's different than what you approved the first go-around.
Okay. Any questions? Entertain a motion for,
Appreciate you.
yeah. Entertain a motion for approval, action item number 11.
So move.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Number 12, we're going to skip for now. Action item number 13, a resolution authorizing the Hunton County Judge to execute for and on behalf of Hunton County, Texas, an agreement to contribute right-of-way funds on FM 2642, funds to state for proper development and construction of state highway system. Commissioners, got any questions on this? We're required, as normal, when there's an improvement to a state highway and it requires right-of-way, we usually contribute 10% of the money for the purchase of that right-of-way. And that's what we're doing here. I think our cost, I don't have it out, but it's $9,600 thereabouts. So if nobody has any questions, I entertain a motion for approval of action item number 13.
So move.
Second.
Got a motion second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Might state for the record, too, that those funds will come out of our bond money. So everybody knows it's not out of our budget, it's out of the bond money that we passed, the citizens passed in 2015, I believe it was. Approval of accounts payable.
I make a motion, we pay the bills.
Second.
Got a motion second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Approval of line item transfers.
Make a motion for approval for line item transfers.
Second.
Got a motion second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Approval of budget amendments.
Make a motion for approval for budget amendments.
Second.
Got a motion second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Approval of payroll and personnel.
Make a motion we approve payroll and personnel.
Second.
Got a motion second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. This time, if we had anybody with any comments on... Okay. With no comments from the public at this time, I'll entertain a motion to go into executive session under numbers 1.
So moved.
Second.
Got a motion second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. We're going into executive session at 10:28. All right, I hit the button. Let me know when we come back live.
You're live.
Okay. All right, everyone, it's 11:39. We're back in regular session. We'll deal with action item number 6, an agreement by and between Hunt County and Caravide to run the county health department clinic. I'll entertain a motion for approval of entering into agreement with Hunt County and Caravide.
So moved.
Second.
And a motion second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Action item number 12, call a special election for the first city council for Portree, Texas. Entertain a motion for approval.
So moved.
Second.
Got a motion second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Is that all the business before the court today? And I'll entertain a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Second.
Got a motion second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Thank y'all.